Hi, Raman here again, and this is one important question that came up recently in one of my seminars, and the question was, Ram, how do I understand people? And this question, I think so many of us have this question. People, how do I understand other people? How do I understand my customers? How do I understand my partners? How do I understand my teammates? How do I understand generally? How do I understand people? And most people, especially experts, entrepreneurs, professionals, if you are an expert, entrepreneur, or a professional, or a coach, or a trainer, it's super important to understand how it's important to understand people first before you even talk to them, because once you have a very deep, thorough understanding of the people that you are dealing with, maybe you are going for a meeting, or maybe you want to put out an offer to your audience, or maybe you want to talk to your peers, or your partners, your customers, your vendors, or even people at your home. How do you understand people so that you can deal with them and make a very positive impact? Number one, there's a framework. As usual, I think you already know by this time, I am a frameworks person and I like frameworks. So let me give you a framework that will help you understand people at a very deep level. So let's call this the framework on how to understand people. All right. Number one, and understanding people first. Before you do anything with anyone, you need to understand them first. And incidentally, F.I.R.S.T is going to be a framework, so it's easy for you to remember. The first thing, the first point to be noted this is an acronym, F.I.R.S.T. So F stands for future vision. In order to understand people, understand what is their future vision. What are they expecting to happen right now or in the near future? What are they excited about? What is it that they think is going to happen? Suppose, let's say let me give you an example. You are heading for a meeting. Let's say you are going to meet your biggest customer, biggest prospects, and trying to persuade that prospect into becoming a customer. Understand them by figuring out what are their expectations, what are their future vision for themselves, what are they thinking that is going to happen. That constitutes the first. And the second letter in this acronym, F-I. I stands for interests. What are they most interested about? See, most people, they can be understood by understanding what they're interested in and what excites them the most. Interests and excitements. By understanding or learning about the interest, about the topic, if this is very topic specific, or generally, if you want to understand anybody, if you want to understand your wife or your husband, for example, or if you want to understand your child, understand what is it they're interested about and what excites them the most. These two things, these are very psychological. We are playing at a very psychological levels here. It sounds very simple, it sounds common sense, but the thing is, it's not practiced universally. Sometimes it sounds like very basic, but the basic things are the ones that are often disregarded. Often people don't pay attention to the basic stuff. So F is future vision, I stands for interest, and R stands for resources. What are the resources they are wanting right now, or they need right now? If you are trying to understand other people, you can understand them by figuring out or learning what resources they have right now and what resources they are looking for right now. Resources they have and resources they are looking for. What do they have? What do they need? Understand people by understanding or learning what do they have and what do they need and what you can bring to the table. F-I-R-S, super important. Most people fail at this level. This again, as I told you, very deep level, psychological level processes. Neuro-Science, for example, we have done a lot of progress in neuroscience during the last 5 years, and even then, we know very little about the human brain and how it works. And one of the most basic forms of human interaction is stories. The S stands for stories. What are the stories that people that you are trying to reach out to? What are the stories that they have told themselves? And what are the stories they have told themselves about others and about the world at large? So you can understand people by understanding or learning about the stories, which includes assumptions, knowledge, where it came from, what do they believe in. That is one of the most important aspects. This also doubles up into persuasion strategy. Some of these strategies that we are trying to, I'm trying to convey to you today come directly from my Experts Leadership Academy seminar that I do, that I'm bringing to India as well. So these strategies, we just figured out F.I.R.S. stands for stories, and then finally there is the T. And what does T stands for? If you have guessed it right, T stands for time focus. Time focus. What time? How are people using their time right now? What are the efforts that they are putting in, and what is their focus right now with respect to the time? Because time is the most important commodity, and if you want your prospect to become your customer, they need to give you time, their time, for you to put your argument across, put your case across, put your offer across. So if they don't have time, which most often is the case, you will not be able to communicate with your audience. So in order to understand people thoroughly at a more deeper level, at a more conscious and intentional level, follow this acronym. Remember this, understand people by learning about them first, F.I.R.S.T. Future focus, what is the future that they are seeing for themselves? What are their interests, what excites them the most? Or the resources, what resources they have, what resources they need that you can provide or fill in the gap. And S, super important, stories. What are the stories that they're telling about themselves, about the world, about what are their situations? And T stands for time, focus, right? What time they are focusing on right now. So by remembering and understanding and applying the F.I.R.S.T, the first principle, you will be able to understand people at a more deeper level, and you'll be able to deal with people more intentionally, more accurately, and you will increase your persuasion, your levels of persuasion and influence to a very large extent. This is something that I teach other coaches, some of them Fortune 500 companies. I recently did a seminar in the US, and I also met a few amazing business people in Dubai on the way back. And this is exactly what I taught them when they wanted to understand people. Because everybody needs to understand people. I need to understand you, and you need to understand someone else, and someone else needs to understand you. So one of the most common complaints people have about other people is, Raam, they don't understand me. People don't understand me. You don't understand me. My wife doesn't understand me. My customers doesn't understand me. So if you want people to understand you, and if you want to understand other people, the easiest way is to follow the first principle, F.I.R.S.T. Hope this serves you. See you again in another video or other coaching online or offline programs like this. But also remember, I am bringing Experts Leadership Academy to India in the month of June, and I would love to have you there as one of the participants, and I'll be sending you more such videos. If you have any questions, do not forget to put them below the comment box, or if you're watching this video on YouTube, or if you're watching this video on my website somewhere or on Facebook, reach out to me with your questions, and based on your questions, I will come out with more such training for you. Hope this serves you, hope this helps, and I would love to see you again in another video, live event, or the ELA workshop. Until then, believe in yourself and get all the best things in life. Stop.